Next up on our 2024 CVC Fall Sports Media Day Tour is the Madison Blue Streaks boys golf team. Head coach Pat Moran. Coach, welcome. Glad you could make it. You kicked off your season yesterday with a third place finish in the Lake Division preseason tournament. Just coming into the season, what are your expectations for this team?
First off, thanks for having us, Steve. This is great to bring some notoriety to our sport and to our league. Yesterday, we had a very a very positive outcome. If you take a look at how we placed, which was third, we placed second a year ago, but our scores were better than when we placed second. So there's a lot of positivity when you look at that stat. A couple of the guys that played for us, it was the first time playing organized golf, really. In a match, 18 holes where you're walking and stuff like that. So to see how they scored, very positive. Looking forward to looking towards the end of the year when we get into dual meets and also when we get to the conference postseason as well.
And just looking at, obviously Edgewood has Mason Feather, who's one of the top golfers in Northeast Ohio. So they're going to be led by him all year. But putting two guys in the top five, I have to imagine that bodes pretty well for your chances, moving throughout the season.
Yeah, we like where what the future holds for us. I think yesterday was kind of a barometer of what our possibilities are. With guys like Logan, who's worked extremely hard at his craft, and you could see that in his results. Our number two man Evan Smith, who was in the 90s, but is capable of shooting better. And I think once he gets his his golf legs, so to speak, under him, we're gonna see him shave some of those strokes off as well. And some, like I said, some of the newcomers, Blake Lawson was a pleasant surprise for us. We really didn't, we knew he could hit the ball and stuff like that. We just putting him in a situation where he's not actually playing. That was great to see that him score so well. So it's pretty much par for the course, for lack of a better term. But you got to be able to get some solid scores out of your 1, 2, 3s, and hopefully, your 4, 5, 6 could give you something that could, help you bang around a little bit there.
Indeed. All right, Coach. I'll come back to you after I talk to Logan. Well, Logan, let's go ahead and talk a little bit of golf. Yesterday, you kicked off the season. You finished fourth in the Lake Division with an 88. How satisfied were you with that performance? Logan? Well, it looks like Logan's having some difficulty hearing me, Coach. Let's try one more time. Logan, can you hear me? I don't know if he's got his volume on, Coach. Oh, you can hear me, Logan?
I think I lost.
You can hear me now? Logan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So, yesterday you started the season. You shot an 88 to finish fourth in the Lake Division. How satisfied were you with that performance?
It wasn't terrible. It could have been a little better, but for the way to start the season, I was satisfied with it. A good way to kick it off. Can only improve from there. Started off a little rough, came back, and I saved a decent score out of it. So.
Yeah, and that's a pretty tough course, especially if you haven't played it before. A lot of narrow fairways, a lot of trouble, a lot of you can't see the greens when you're teeing off, so it's pretty tough. How did you kind of adapt to all that stuff as you were playing?
I feel like the biggest part was the fairway, it was a wet course yesterday, and you had to adjust with the heat coming in and the wind. So you just kind of play your own game, and you try to block out the conditions as much as you can, and stay focused on what you're doing and play the best game you can.
Gotcha. All right. And yeah, I mean, obviously in golf, it's one of those sports where you could have, 17 great holes and then you blow up on the 18th. And it's just one of those things where you hit a bad shot, you've got to recover right away. You can't let one bad shot lead into two. How do you manage that mental part of the game?
I feel like it takes, almost more skill than it does to actually hit the golf ball good, to be able to compose yourself and stay on track for a good round. It's easy to get, distracted or not focused in on the shot. So you got to really take your time with it, take a breath. I feel like is the biggest thing, and play your game. Don't think what other people are doing. Just do what you're doing. And
All right.
yeah.
Team-wise, pretty solid effort yesterday all around. Anyone impress you individually?
Blake impressed me. I didn't expect that, so that was a nice way to come in. Have two guys in the 80s, and then everyone else, for the first round of the year, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, a lot of the young guys are putting a lot of work in and making a good foundation for the team in the future, and looking good.
Excellent. What are your goals for the season individually and for your team?
Individually, I'm trying to shoot 30s, low 40s all season. I'd love to be able to par the front nine on one of the courses one day, and hopefully we can get that this year. And for the team, to make it all the way to the end and get the job done that we've been wanting to do by winning the.
All right. Good luck to you this fall.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, back to you. We talked a little bit about Logan, talked about the team as a whole, but who are the guys that you really kind of expect to kind of continue to lower their scores throughout the season?
Well, as I said, our number 2 man, Evan Smith, he is a junior returning varsity player for us as well. He has the capabilities, I think, of being somebody who could consistently be in the low to mid 40s. Hopefully we can get him to touch the 30s, a couple times this year. I think once he, knocks the rust off, he's more than capable of doing that. Blake Lawson, Ben Amos, who is also the kicker on our football team. Again, very, very raw in the sense that haven't played in competitive matches until yesterday. But they're great kids and hard workers. So I think their ability to adjust and play at a competitive level won't take as much time as someone who's kind of new to it and stuff like that. So we're looking forward to having those 3 individuals along with Logan, who's kind of our horse. Be able to put some scores, on the board for us. In addition to that, we have, a few sophomores. We are, as I said, kind of young with Ben, being our only senior. So we have, a full JV team, a full varsity team. So, our numbers the last few years have been very solid. Now that we have that, the ability of these guys going out and working at it as well. You can even see it with an individual like Mason Elliott, who's another one of our our returning guys who played some varsity matches last year. He was injured last year, so take a little time to get back into shape and stuff like that. But I think we'll be very competitive this year and moving forward. Very excited what the future holds. We plan on the next couple of years staying near the top of this conference race. That's for sure.
Outstanding. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you and Logan taking some time out of your day to preview the season, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you, Steve. Always a pleasure talking to you, buddy.
Thank you.